All right, sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was looking something up. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. We are live and it is 10:19. I see Vicky Black, my moderator, and maybe a few of you are already joining me. So come on in. I haven't put on any music, not yet. Okay. Yeah. Hope your day has been going all right. I'm getting caught up a little bit, but I think by tomorrow I will um, have adjusted to the hours and staying up late last night in case you missed it was actually early this morning. I think I was on, what was it, like after 1 a.m. I don't know if I've been on that late before. Maybe a time or two. Anyway, so if you missed it, the update or information is on a very short video. All right. So, there might be something a little different I want to talk about tonight, only because I I only caught some of the conversation. I mean, very minimal. And what I was trying to figure out is, was there a song? And what I'm speaking about is, um there was a question about, was it a post that was put up? Was it a song? What was it about storming? I was trying to, go back and listen in on it, and I was like, why? So can somebody, and when I say why, and before I can really get into it, was it a song? If anyone knows, I just haven't had time to go, look and scour through um, all these conversations. But I thought that would probably be an interesting topic to talk about from my perspective. Just a little different. Um, is that what it was, Baby Juju? There was a song. So what song was it exactly? If anyone knows, that's what I was trying to first find out. What was was it a song or was it a post, or what was it exactly? And what was it? And it seemed that it went on for a while. I mean, have there been multiple videos about this? Again, I haven't taken enough time, but there was something about it that kind of sparked my attention. So there's a song, Jason Aldean, Alden, Aldine, referencing hometowns. When you say hometowns, you mean a sundown town? Okay, so it's Maine. Yeah. Okay. Now, of course, I know what a sundown town what it means. I'm 67 years old. Um, Let me see if I can. Wait a minute. Okay, so it was from 20. What's the name of the song? Is the name of the song Small town. Let me see if I can look up the artist and the song. Let's see. Jason Aldean. It's country music. I've listened to country. Okay. Oh, he's got a hefty net worth, over $80 million celebrity net worth. All right. So he must be very popular country. Maybe I have heard of him. I'm sure I have. Okay. Oh, when I type in small town, then I guess there's a lot of different things that come up. One word is controversy around it. Try that in a small town. Okay, so 2023. Okay, so I'm looking at an article. This is on NPR, National Public Radio. This is from July 20th, 2023. I haven't read the article, so I'm just kind of, at the same time, so I'll see what it's about. Country Music Television says it will no longer air the music video Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean after critics of the video said it contained lyrics that glorified, um, I'll just say, weapon violence and conveyed traditionally racist ideas. This is fair use commentary. This is for education. This is for criticism. And this is the first time I'm looking at this. A CMT spokesperson confirmed the move to NPR on Thursday, but offered no comment on the reasoning. Again, this is from an article back that was published July 20th, 2023. Since the video's release on Friday, so I guess it came out then, it emerged as a familiar kind of political litmus test with interpretations of its message often falling along voting dividers. All right, so what is it about? What is Try That in a Small Town about, the song? Aldean, a 46-year-old country singer from Macon, Georgia, first released the song in May, but it wasn't until the release of a video on July 14. Again, that's from 2023 as promotion for his 11th upcoming album. In a statement released alongside the video, Aldean said the song represents an unspoken rule for those raised in small towns. We all have each other's backs and we look out for each other. The singer is not credited as a writer for the song, as he has been in the case for most of his 27 hit singles. Threats to outsiders and implication those outsiders are from cities are present throughout the song's lyrics, which begin with a list of crimes that might happen in urban settings. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, then crescendo into the music and they're talking about the lyrics. And then one they have, let's see, well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road and around. We take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't. Aldine's ups the vigilante ante, something about bridging the second chorus with a reference. So I guess there's a combination of things because he's talking about there's something about his granddad gave him, we'll just say, some type of, let's see, I'm gonna, my granddad gave me, they say one day they're gonna round up. Why is the video so divisive? Again, I'm just kind of looking through this. So, interspersed between shots of Alden singing are clips of vandalizing, riots, and police encounters, much of which is, let's see, invocative of racial injustice protest. Some of the scenes bear a Fox News chyron, but others say some TikTok sleuths have pointed out appear to be some old footage, some cases, some criticism around the video has less to do with these clips than its setting. Okay. Then they talk about this landmark was the site of a race riot in 1946 as well as 1927. The history is very, of course, back then, very dark and very painful for a number of people to revisit. Um, I'm just kind of scanning. So the singer said he pushed back hard against accusations about some of the things that were said in the song, in the lyrics. Quote, there is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it, he wrote on Twitter. Try that in a small town for me refers to the feeling of a community that I had growing up, where we took care of our neighbors regardless of differences of background or belief. No one, that's all in caps, including me, wants to continue to see senseless headlines or families ripped apart, he wrote. The production company behind the videos, Tacklebox, also defended the video's location as a popular filming spot, telling Entertainment Tonight that any alternative narrative about the reasons it was chosen were false. Alden has received 5 Grammy Award nominations, including 2 for Best Country Album, for his 2 decades of music depicting rural blue collar life. And throughout that success, he rarely shied away from sharing his right leaning political views. Let's see what else they're saying here. So apparently there is some controversy around it and him. Though he has some political leanings, he's been nuanced about it. try to walk a line. Let's see. All right. So, one other section of this article says, how are other people reacting? Gun control advocates are among the song's loudest critics, saying, try that in a small town glorifies a dangerous eye for an eye ethos. So, it looks like the gun control advocates were its biggest critics. And also, other Democrats, some were calling this Republican Justine Jones, who I don't know if she's still Tennessee's state representative, says that it was summed up as a heinous song calling for racist violence. However, others like Travis Tritt and Blanco Brown describe the reaction as unfair social commentary. All right, so now that I have a little bit of an idea of, so there was a song. So what happened? So what? Someone played the music? I really want to know. I really want to know on this one. I mean, why was that called into question? Was it was it something in the song? There's a lot to it. But I mean, this is a song from a few years ago. So is this coming? Why is it coming up now? So she posted the song on Twitter. That's what people are saying. Okay. Allegedly. I better say that. Fair use commentary. Okay. Well, anyway, I'd have to, listen, I guess. But the part, there was something that, and I'm not going to be defending anyone either way. Yes, all comments are allegedly. Let me just see. Let me just read some of your comments before I just want to see if I can understand a little bit more about this. I really, there's something about it. hmm let's see. Polly says something amongst those lines. It's coming up now because people are trying to question her because she has claimed. All right. Okay. So I have to listen. Okay. So it's not just a song. There were a whole bunch of tweets. All right. And someone's trying to call her out for being alleged. Okay. So, okay. All right, then I'm gonna have to listen. Was there like one video? All right. The part there was a c- I'm definitely gonna have to go on back and listen to this, but hang on for a second. Also, you can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Wait a minute. Okay. So I'm just kind of looking at some emails. Okay. So I guess I at this point I should, I should maybe before I get into any of it, I need to understand maybe a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more. But it was that part. I was trying to figure out it a song or, that kind of thing. So at least I know it was a song. Okay. And everybody knows I haven't had a chance to watch videos or anything like that, but I thought there was something about it that was interesting, um, or it appeared that it could be. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. And how did it end? I mean, I'm just curious. How did it end? There was just a part of it that I thought, that I heard. I really need to go and watch it with confusion. Okay. All right. The part I I s- I heard, you know, was she's being questioned over and over and over and over about this, right? Something about that. And she said something like, what more do you want me to say?" That she was explaining that she didn't know what a sundown town was. Is that correct? That's the part that I heard. I don't if she didn't know, she didn't know. I mean, I'm just going to say kind of say like that, but I don't know. But once did someone educate her? Because there are certain things that some people really don't know. And it's about educating people or educating someone that doesn't know about something. And if they're open to that and then it's really how a person um, talks about, are they listening or they're saying no? If- Yeah, it's about, there really is a difference between ignorance and someone who has like malice about something. There can be just ignorance. You just may not know about something. Mhm. So is something intent or not, you know. And once the truth is explained and the maybe the first time somebody learned something, you know, are you going to you mean to tell me, let me as a black person, do I know everything about, let's say, another ethnic group in this country, an immigrant? There's different immigrants, okay? Do I know everything that about them? I don't. If it's something like really unique, I may not know. You know, I may not. Doesn't mean I don't want to be educated on it, but there might be something that I missed. Yeah. So then you educated her that day on the panel. Okay. And you told her that this is why the public finds it problematic. You can't be mad if the public. o- Okay, so the song and some posts. Yeah. So who initially brought it up? I'm curious. Who initially brought it to the YouTube? Who discovered any post or anything? You're a boomer. And right. And you don't know everything till this day. I mean, it's just like different generations. Like I may not know everything. Yeah. All right. All right. So you're not sure. You discovered it was a rumor because many owls had heard it. Okay. The folks over there got it. So do you guys remember um there was this young lady who was being accused of something, putting something on Twitter. What was it? And along the way, I think we found out that the tweets were fake, like someone had was putting up fake tweets. Okay. Again, I just thought it's kind of interesting. Maybe something to extract out of there, and I'll have to listen maybe. But in general, that might be an interesting topic. Yeah. Mhm. As long as if a person can get their point across, they can be heard. The Twitter, okay, still on. A false narrative. Mhm. If you know this, and then there was something else. I think this was this might have been why I was listening. Was there something about the police coming to our house? Seemed like I heard that police being sent to her house. Yes. And was there someone who doubted that? Okay, made a check. Okay. Would there be anyone who would doubt that? All right, but why would anyone? Why would why would anyone doubt that police didn't come to her home? And here's why. Because if police come to your home, there's going to be a record of that. So why would someone make that up? I think it was that part that got my attention first. It was like, is someone doubting this? As much as we've seen it happen on this platform. Yeah, I mean, different people are going to react differently. If she said this was my first pass at it, again, I don't have police record. I would believe it more than I wouldn't believe it because I've experienced it 5 times, 3 in my house, 2 at my family member's house. So why wouldn't I believe it? I wouldn't doubt it for a moment. Hmm. At all. What? So, and I didn't hear the full story, but that part I would want to hear about that, and I would want to hear um more about like when these posts and all of that came up because timing and everything is all part of it. Polly says the things that were confusing was that, let me just throw this up. And this is fair use commentary. She said that the cops checked her computer. I get why they would be confusing, but maybe she showed them why would that be that only because I know when I the fact if she said the cops wanted to check her computer, I what's wrong with that? That part. Cups is coming in. This is supposed to be Stormy's house. I would want to know about this. Mhm. Because the if it happened, that if it happened, this would be another um, false police or wellness check. Mhm. And if it happened, it had to be very frightening. It had to be very frightening. It's all right that it's all right that she took her video down if she was crying, you know? I don't know. This is what I that part I would want to know. I want to know about the police, um, her story about the police coming to her home. And she may not even know that she can get the footage of the police calling or whoever called to the police in her city, that she could get that tape. Hmm. If that happened. I don't know, but that part I would want to know more about that. You only know about the police cause we train them on that. I know it's like what is wrong with these people? Hmm. So that that if that happened, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't sit here and be mum about it. Me personally, you see, I'm saying something. I'm saying if that happened to her, yeah, I I wouldn't support it at all, not for a moment. And people may have said things about me. What I'm talking about there is they might say they may have not liked me before, but if somebody is making police calls on other YouTubers, content creators, and continuing to terrorize people on the YouTube streets, then I would tell her if this is happening, to document it, absolutely document it. And you can get uh, a hold through FOIA information, freedom of information when they're coming to your home. Of course, things are going to be redacted, but I would get a police, find out the police. You can get the police report when the call came in and everything that you can find out about that contact. Okay. Because there's a pattern. There is a pattern. I can tell you Over here, there's been 5 false police calls. 5. Okay. And it is wasting taxpayers' money, making these false police reports and targeting people. People can get hurt. And I've said it when the police came to my home. People can actually lose their life. Okay? This is serious. It's serious. It is. This is not a joke. For if people are doing this, this is one of the reasons why they need to be found out. If this is an anonymous person who is doing this, I don't know who is doing this. I don't know if it's true. I'm saying if it is, and we know, I know that it has been done to me and an anonymous person who did it. And if it's being repeated, get the video, get anything, the police report, any history, and save that. Okay? Because it's very serious. And if somebody ends up getting hurt or worse, and this person gets to walk away and they're not found out, how's that going to make people feel? This needs to be exposed. All of it. It is. It's out of control, and people are being intimidated. They're being, oh my goodness. Let me just. The same people doing this over and over. It's the same tactics. Groups of people doing this. Mm-hmm. And so when I heard that, I was like, wow. And behind that would be, link it together. Is it in retaliation because this individual is, saying, oh, this person is a racist and they're this and that? Okay, I don't stand for any of it. If they're using tactics, though, under the guise of that, that's not right either. It's just time out. Because we don't know, do we? We don't know this person or these people. We don't know if they're black, if they're white, or whatever. We don't. No. Wait a minute. No, it is. I think it's more than, definitely not one person. I don't know, but I do know there's been multiple people involved in just, commentary or doing things or signing off on petitions involved. Mm-hmm. And think it's a game. Mm-hmm. Think it's funny. Yeah. And it's not funny. Until somebody gets hurt. She said it could have been a handful of people she suspects. Setting up websites, movies, all these kinds of things. AI, there's just different things. Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Yeah. I'm just saying if it's just so much. Yes, it goes way back. It does. It goes way back, and there are, yes. Yes, signature move. Hmm. Yep. When it happened to me, the first thing that they said is they didn't do it until I was able to obtain the police call that was made, that she made to the police, and you could clearly hear her voice when she said she was my niece Stacy. So that exposed her. And when I played it, she struck it multiple times. She doesn't want that to be heard. The call, the call where she said, when the officer asked, "Where are you calling from?" She said, "Indiana." Hmm. Yeah. So it would be interesting if this anyone, if anybody has had a call, a wellness check to their home, and did it happen while she was live? Didn't she say something about that? I'm gonna have to go back and listen. Was she live at the same time? That stood out for me. I believe she said she was live, but I'm not sure. If she was live, okay. If she was live, that's a signature hallmark, because the police was sent to my home twice when I was live. Okay. Twice. Okay. And it's not funny. And for me, not enough laws could be made. Okay. Not enough laws could be made to get on the books. Yeah. Because it's time out. It's time out for all this. Terrorizing people. That's not so nice. No. Civil, criminal charges, something. I see you just put that up. Yeah. Again, if something like that was done, then get the, get the records, get the phone call, and see. Hmm. Yeah, justice will come eventually. It will. It will. It's not in my hands, but yeah, I just hate seeing that because there's something that's triggering about that. Mhm. And it's because one of the things is they keep getting away with it. Insane. Yeah. Twisted how they went after the black gossip tea sector, purging so many creators for control. There's, I really think there's much more to this. Hmm. Hmm. Things we don't know yet. Those who put their hope in the Lord will not be put to shame. And yes, please be careful what you put into the text. Yeah, of all the communities, why a community of historically marginalized people? Some of this does not add up. Not to me. I had to go get my Gatorade. No, some of this doesn't add up. I see old school. You loved how it was before she started coming at us. Yes. It is getting the consequences. Yeah, as long as people can remain anonymous, they can get away with it. And they've said it. And they said that would be the only way they would stop is if they weren't anonymous. You know what, Cups? This is what I'm thinking. Maybe the same thing. Because if people don't know the history, then they don't understand what could possibly be going on here. Okay? Because you can make up fake tweets. You can. Not saying they were fake. I'm just saying you have to look at who you're dealing with and side eye everything. Cub says they doxed her. She stood up for herself, yeah. And then they're trying to manipulate people, gaslight, and silence her by bringing up them tweets. Yeah. I smell is that's why I'm like, okay, I need to know a little bit more about this. You know what? Why are see y'all really don't want to hear from me about this. Why do we want to hold someone accountable for a tweet, alleged tweet, when we have seen tweets that are true, that have said some of the most defamatory things, but they can't be held accountable? How about that? Why? This is, I'm just saying, are we going to be, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Maybe I'll put it that way. If you're going to nail someone to the wall about a tweet, but there's tweets over somewhere else and a whole string of them and things that have been said that would be considered the R word. Why? Why are we going to nail somebody when that's been happening someplace else? None of it's right if it's being done. But why? Why aren't we holding them accountable? Uh-huh. Why? That's why I said it back in 2021. I don't want to hear it from certain people. Mm-mm. Why? Because if you really wanted to know the truth, there's a whole bunch of tweets that could be released that say a whole lot of stuff. Hmm. Mm. People on the party line agreeing with them on things, talking about women and their looks. Uh-huh. And a lot of other things. So, why are we pointing at somebody who played a song? Why? Why are we doing that? If that's what it's about, and not holding them accountable, the other folks accountable. Why aren't we being as hard? Mm, yeah, that's all I'm saying. People beating the drums, beating the band, but doing things to other black people. That's what I'm talking about. So if they're criticizing someone who is white, Caucasian, and saying they're racist, but they're black, they profess to be black, and they're doing things to black women, please. That is one of the things that just gets me going. Do not talk about racism if you are doing things in your own community that are much more detrimental and harmful today, real time. That's how I think about it. I'm talking about specific people. Don't come with that. Do not play the race card. Stop it. Because what has been done to black women on this platform by people who profess to be black, but you don't know, if you knew the humiliation that has been going on, how do you justify that? It's like, please, somebody just needs to call it out. And I'm calling it out. Stop playing that fake, phony race card. I said it. How many times you going to pull that from the deck? When it's convenient for you, stop it. It's a bunch of people that were on the party line saying all kinds of our things. She gonna be mad at them? Or she checking the box and praising them? Mm-hmm. And laughing in your faces because we don't know who they are. They can say they black all day long. Unless we know it, we don't. And they could be saying that they're black and maybe be brown. That's black, but do you got to understand what I'm talking about. Mhm. I just can't imagine some of the things that I know have been done that a black woman would really be so involved in. I just doesn't square with me. Mm-mm. Let alone a black woman, maybe not even a woman. Let's cam up. That's what you say. That part. So to let somebody talk about and play a race card who we don't even know their race, why? Why? They could be playing you, me, and everybody else with that passion. Mhm. You don't know. All the talk about colorist and all of this and that. Where's that all come from? Hmm. We don't know. So a guilt trip, somebody who we don't know, uh, and then they are doing all this to people. Yeah, it could be a culture vulture. Could be. I see that as a post. It could be. Mhm. That's right. When Sherelle's World says, show your face to Monica, that ended it all for you. We didn't know until Monica accident. You know what? I don't even know if that was Monica. Yeah. She took your black card away. She can't take anybody's card away because we don't know who she or he is. Just call it what it is because we don't know what it is. No. They don't get to no, they don't get to get no. They don't get a pass because if you knew what they've done, no. Mm-mm. Do not patronize me with this whole black thing. Please stop it. I'm over it. Please stop it. I'm over it from them. Yeah, the BLM. Stop it. I'm talking about them talking about that, marching and this. I don't believe it for a moment. How do we know? That could be somebody playing us selective black cards. Stop it. Stop the abuse. Hmm. Yeah, they were only surprised for 30 seconds. The JY. And we know how that went. Hmm. Yes. So if they are black, then they are colonizers. If it doesn't make better, it doesn't make it worse. You should be helping your culture in your community. Right. Mhm. Is that all they can ever do? Is talk about the race card. They pulled the race card when they went online and talked about my attorney. In the hearing. They pulled the race card. Yeah, stop it. Yeah, they call me a black Karen. I don't know who you are. Don't let this one person, hold everybody hostage and make them have a guilt trip and all of that. They're playing in our face. Hold them accountable. Like they want to hold you to your feet to the fire, hold them to the fire. Yeah, it's something that just doesn't add up for me, Polly. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she's so pro black, you say. How can you try to take away another black woman's license when she professed that black women can do this? Black women are doctors, black women are lawyers, black women are business, black women are this and that. Well, they are. And what does she do? Yeah, she made a video. hmm That John Yates, when she first went live with her voice, she says nobody's going to silence her. hmm But she's trying to silence everyone else. If something doesn't add up here, guys. Not just to me, there's a number of people. hmm Yes, the avatar person you say lacks empathy. Yeah, again, don't believe. I don't believe the thing she says. Mm-mm. Yeah, and it's not just that. It's sexualized humiliation, all kinds of things. Multiple, multiple black women on this YouTube. Can you imagine that? I can't. It doesn't square with me. And they talk about essay and sexual abuse, but abuse. There's 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 data out there. There's receipts. I don't know. Not really talking about my lawsuit right now. I've got to respond next week. But it doesn't change. It doesn't change things that are going on right now to other people. Yeah, it doesn't. And people need to know because there are a lot of people who don't know her history. And it could be others. Yeah. What is this? 11:29? Oh, I said I was going to stop early tonight. I've been on for an hour. Yeah, it's weird. As well that actualizes everything. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. All the corn bombing, I've been, bombed. A lot of other people have been, you know, there that's part of it. There's something inside of that. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. So when you think about it, eh, I just call it the way I see it. Mhm. Yeah. People need to listen carefully to what I say. I said I don't want to hear from them. And oh boy, you just don't know. All right, I've been on. I get a little, yeah. The biggest thing is somebody can actually get hurt, injured, or worse. And when I heard about that, the police call, if that happened, I don't like it. And even though it wasn't me, this keeps getting away with it. If this is who is doing this or part of it, I think that's unacceptable. Who is this? Nine Size to me says, "It's bad enough black girls are protected by black males, diaspora, all their precious lives, but they grow up and are not protected by black women either." That's the part. It's that part for me that I still haven't been able to square. And because this is someone anonymous, it doesn't make sense. Uh, that this tactic is used. Yeah. And I'm sure some of you saw that video that's gone viral about this woman who was, I believe it was a Gold's Gym. She was in the locker room, and a guy came in the locker room, and was undressed, and she said to him something like, like she was thinking maybe he walked into the wrong bathroom, you know, like a workman or something. And she said, "Sir," to him. Well, he got upset that she said, "Sir." I guess it wasn't, he felt like he should be in the bathroom because he had on some lipstick and a wig. And, she said something about it and they put her out. Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe they could have a third bathroom. Okay. Because as a woman who is in a locker room like a Gold's Gym or any gym I have a membership, there's showers. You know, women walk around naked because they're comfortable with each other. But a man who has the genitalia of a man, no, it's not going to make women feel comfortable. No. That one is going to be hard to get past. Yeah. So maybe some other type of accommodations because, yeah, you're talking about women's safety, and you're talking about in this case, we're coming up on the holidays, and more guys that aren't trans can mask themselves under the auspices that they are trans and be in these bathrooms dressed up like a woman. You see what it puts women in? Do you get that? Do you get that? For some women, it's that part. It's their safety. There could be a man who isn't trans, but dressing up like that and going into bathrooms where children and mothers are. No, I don't agree with it. I don't have to agree with it because it has to do, the biggest thing, it has to do with safety. We're living in a day and age where we need to prioritize safety first. Safety first. That's how I feel about it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. No, I'm talking about safety. You see how we've gotten to this situation? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's some things we just have to, just now, come on now. That's really coming into your private space. There can be a third bathroom. There could be a unisex. And you don't have to start calling people phobic and all of this and that. It's not about a phobia. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why aren't we protecting women? All of these people, they want to protect women. Then protect them. Yeah. Some of this is just plain common sense. Yeah. Yeah. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Y'all really don't want to hear what I think. All right. Um, I'm going to say good night. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Please hit the like on your way out and join me sometime tomorrow. And one day we will get back to some of our basic stuff. Yeah. Okay. We will. All right. Thank you, all of you, for joining me. But now it's time to say good night. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.